Alright, so, I decided to make a little tutorial because someone asked, and I was like, well, there are other people that might like it as well, that might find it interesting. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make a livery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's gonna look very hard at the beginning, just beware of it. But really, it's really simple once you get to it. The mo the hardest part of it is actually just Blender because it likes to crash a lot. So I really recommend you guys like save as much as you can in the project because it tends to crash, especially with like lower end PCs because of the CPU stuff, and it has to calculate like polygons, I guess, and stuff like that. I don't know. But all right, so basically, first of all, what you guys are gonna have to do is you guys are gonna see that I use a special plugin. I don't remember, to be honest, exactly how to do it, but there are enough tutorials about it. But there's the GLTF plugin for Blender. So basically, this is gonna be the plugin that you're gonna use to be able to import the plane models, just the raw models. So once you have that installed, you can come back to the video and just start a new project, like right here, new projects. Let's not save. And you're going to be presented usually with the little menu here, as you saw in the beginning. You just click it away. Don't worry about it. Don't care about it. First of all, you're going to do Shift, left click, and drag, and you're going to see this. And all that is going to highlight, and you can just delete it. So you'll see there's an empty box now. So now what you're going to have to do, now that it's all empty, you're going to go to File, Import, Msfs GLTF. And now it kind of depends on how you downloaded the game itself and where you install it. It depends on that, like the path or the file paths. In my case, I have it in. You can also favorite them so that once you found them, you can press on the little plus sign, and then you have them on the favorite, so you don't have to look up for them every single time because it gets really annoying. But once you're there, you'll see. In my case, it's in E Games Official and then Steam. You'll find all this. So basically now, I'm going to do the A320neo because I usually always use the A320neo. So basically, it's pretty much the same for all planes actually. So you're going to select the plane that you want to. You're going to find RTC and Sim Objects. You go to Sim Objects, Airplanes, the plane thing, and then Model. Right above, below Checklist, Model. And then you're going to be presented with a lot of different things. Ignore interiors and ignore no, don't ignore these ones, sorry. So the interior ones, these are the cockpits, I think. These ones are how it looks like from the outside, and lot 6 is like basically how it looks like on different distances based on off of the render distance and stuff. What you're going to want to do is select lot 00. You double click that, or you click open, you let it load for a little second, and you're going to see that all of a sudden the plane is going to arrive. There we go. So here's the plane. It looks very weird, I know, don't worry. Because now the second step is actually, let's clean up the model. Because you see there's a lot of gunk that we're not going to need. We're going to focus on the body itself for this tutorial. So you can use this here to like do on exactly which place, which is going to come in handy later on when you're starting to actually paint the model. But so basically I'm going to go like this. And all right, this wing, I'm not going to paint it, so we're just going to delete it. So again, just like at the beginning, left shift, click and drag, release, and make sure that you don't do the body. There we go. And now you have this, and you press delete. All right. Also try to clean up as much as possible because it's going to make your life much easier once you're done with it. So this is not it. In some planes also the landing gear doors are already open. So you're gonna have to like remove the landing gears and close the doors. Basically how you do it, this is where this X, Y, and Z thing comes in very handy. So basically what you're gonna do then, you select one of the doors, not 1, 2, or 3, only one part. You press R, and then you're gonna see you can move it like this. You can see now it's open. And it also depends on which axis you're looking into. So right now I'm on the y-axis, so it's gonna be doing on a pivoting point like this. So in the case you want it to turn like this, what you're gonna do, you're gonna select, you go to the other axis, you press R, and you can turn it. It's a lot of fine-tuning this step, but I swear, take your time on this because it's going to be easier with after that, because otherwise you're going to have to Photoshop a lot of stuff, and the better it looks at this point, the easier it's going to be doing the finishing touches. So then you also have to be careful. Also, just so you guys know, if you do shift, so scroll is zoom in, and then shift and hold scroll button, you move the plane. If you just do scroll click without clicking anything else, you do like this. So this is how you move in Blender as well. So then you just delete everything that you don't need, like really. It's going to make it a little bit easier. Also, I found out that it makes it easier for the PC to handle it, because obviously it's less stuff to deal with in the end. So Windows, we're going to remove this. And also one thing to be very careful of, the wings and the tails and stuff like that, they have a separate model for the icing. So basically, if you look here, you'll see this is the icing actually. If you see here, you're going to see fuselage underscore frosted. So what you're going to do, you select it, again, delete. This here, you might as well delete it as well. Also, if it ever happens that you just click and it's not what it intended, but you're really like clicking on the thing, you just click again, because sometimes there are multiple things. And this, for example, this is the livery of the official livery, like where the A320neo stuff is on. Just delete. Don't worry about it. Just delete it. Alright, so now we have pretty good looking thing. On the A320neo, you also have this. You have livery official rudder, so you really have to be very careful about checking everything out. You see here as well, this is the normal one, frosted, delete that shit. Here, frosted, delete it. Livery official trim, delete it. Usually, like the trim rudders, you don't really want to worry about it too much. I just do it just to show you guys again. Alright, so this is good, this is good. And then here, another livery, you remove it. Alright. And there we go. So this is pretty much everything. You can also, like, I usually like to remove this just because of polygon stuff, but you don't really have to because you're not going to paint on it, to be fair. Alright, so now you're presented with this little thing. You can also delete these. It's not really necessary. I'm just going to do it because why not? But now you have this, and you can see, oh, we forgot a little part here. Always look around everywhere. All right, there we go. So now it's all cleaned up. As you can see, it looks pretty clean. We have everything that we need. All right, so right now, what we're gonna have to do now is pretty simply, we're gonna go here on the little corner, here on the top right corner. It's kind of finicky sometimes. You can see it failed, you'll see, there we go. All right, and now you have two screens. Don't worry about it, because we're not gonna be doing much on this screen. Also be careful not do it multiple times, because otherwise you're gonna open up more and more and more tabs of these. I don't know how to remove those, so just do it once. As you see, I released the button. Don't go again in here, just go between the spaces and just move them like this. So now, step 3, once everything is cleaned up, as you can see, it's all clean, nice and tidy. What we're going to do, we're going to click here. You can choose, you can also do it on this one, it's personal preference. I rather tend to prefer doing just this for painting and this for the UV map. So what we're going to do, you're going to click on this here, and you're going to go to UV editor. You click on this, and then you're going to see this. It's going to look completely blank. Don't worry about anything. Then we have this here. Now comes the painting part. Like, we're gonna prepare basically the whole thing so that we can paint and make the livery itself. And one thing I like about the Blender method is that it makes it really simple to visualize also how the plane is gonna look like. But so basically, you click on a fuselage. Don't worry about stuff like the rudder, and this door here is a separate thing. Don't worry about it. Also, like, some planes have like these are different, these, this, and this, all that stuff. It's all different stuff. Don't worry about anything. All right, so you click on the fuselage and you press Tab. And you're gonna see it's now gonna be in all lines, like all the polygons. So don't worry about a thing again. Where we're gonna go, you're gonna go on this little sidebar here, and you're gonna press the little, like, the material properties bar. Let's call it the little globe. You click on this. Actually, I think I'm sorry, I forgot. So once you've done edit mode, then you go to texture paint, and there we go. Perfect. It's going to look all purple. Don't worry about anything. If you didn't click away the little world, just go back, because otherwise you're going to be with this. You click on the little tools and you're going to be presented with this menu. So now it's a little bit more technical. So you click first on the plus sign in here, and then you select base color, and you're going to get this. Now this, the width and the height is very dependent on how you want to make the livery. So if you want to make a 4K livery, what you're going to do, you make sure that it's all empty. You do asterisk 4. There we go. Asterisk 4. Okay. And then this, the color, it depends. Me personally, for example, on the 787-10, the windscreen wipers, I messed up, whatever. The windscreen wipers here, they are based on the base color. So what I usually do, go on message. Okay. So the windscreen wipers, they change based on the base color. So what I usually just do is make the whole thing black, and then just go with the whole thing white over it afterwards. Usually it helps. I don't know how to fix it. So again, times 4, and in this case, we're gonna select the whites. All right, and then you press OK, and there we go. You'll see everything is white. Don't worry about these gray areas here. That's something we're gonna solve later on. All right, so now you're ready to go, basically already to paint. So now what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna have some pictures that are going to be prepared already to be able to use them. Usually I use pictures that have no background, that they are transparent, except of the stuff that I need, just to avoid issues that it, like, for example, if it has like a black background and you start painting over it, it's gonna paint also the black part. But basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna go to texture properties. Sorry, my excuses. You go here, texture, and you're gonna find this below texture. So again, you have this here, you scroll down a little bit, texture. Then you click on this little new symbol, and you're gonna be finding this. So now, very important for livery making, it's the mapping. So what you're gonna wanna do is click on tiled and click on stencil. There we go. That's set. So now we're gonna be able to paint. Now obviously it has nothing to reference, so if we try, it doesn't do anything. No, not a problem. You click on textures properties, you open, and now you're gonna want to go to the directory of where your folder is. So in my case, I have here the tutorial folder. I'm gonna just do something very simple, and there we go. Picture is there, as you can see. To move the stencil, it's right click. You hold right click to move it around. Shift and right click is for zoom, and control right click is this. Okay. So also one little detail, if you have had a stencil like this, it's going to keep memory of this angle. If you want one to be perfectly straight, you just go back here, you scroll down, and you're going to find angle. So if you want it to be perfectly straight, you just press 0, enter, and then you're going to see it's back to normal. But also you're going to see it looks very squished. Doesn't look good, right? So that's not a big problem. Basically, what we're going to do, we're going to go here, we click Image Aspects. You click on it, bam, there we go. It looks totally normal. And then now you're going to like resize the logo. So let's say we're going to place it like right here, nothing much. And then now it's very easy. Once it's on a satisfied position, I'm quickly going to do one thing. So you guys can click on it right now if you guys wanna. So we're gonna do this. There we go. There we go. Just like this. All right. So now it's painted. You'll see it's painted, and that's right where it's gonna be in the game itself. Now we actually messed up right here because this is mirrored and this has text. The thing is, it's gonna mirror on the text. So if we turn around, you're gonna see it looks messed up. The logo looks just fine, but the text isn't good. So basically what I do, so I'm going to Control Z, so it's not there anymore. Usually what I do, you see all these lines, huh? So basically I just go here and I line this up. So it's 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And I just line it up with some point of reference. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, just so I can teach you guys how to do it on doors and stuff. There we go. We're going to line it up just like this. All right, so now I have a point of reference of where it's going to have to be placed at the other side. And now you paint it. Also make sure, as you can see, it looks a little bit faded out. So really make sure that you're going over the whole thing. All right. And I messed up actually again because I forgot to turn off mirror. So you just turn off the mirror and you paint it all over the place, all over the stencil. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to see this is a different part. It's a different body. Let's call it a different body. So obviously we have to fix that. It's really easy to fix. So basically you go to object mode. You click on the door. Texture paint. There we go. Just this easy. Then you just paint over it. There we go. Once you know that it's painted, you just go back, object mode, select the fuselage, texture paint, and there we go. Now it's going to be normal. You're not going to see anything. Also, remember, do not move the stencil because otherwise it's going to be messed up. And you're going to see right here, this is where it is at. So this is good. Also, if you don't see this, don't worry about a thing. Click here. You're going to see a lot of things. And here, fuselage base color. You click on that, and then this is going to appear. All right, but now mirror is turned off. So the other side, obviously, is not going to have anything. So basically, now this is going to be a little bit of a special thing because we did the logo thing here. But basically, I like to line this up just so that it looks like mirrored-ish. So basically, what I do, I grab the other side. I know it was on this plane here. There we go. And there we go. Now I know because I had used these points of references, and this is going to be exactly on the same point. And you just go ahead and paint again. And let's say that we're going to place the logo here again. There we go. Just that easy. I botched it a little bit, but it's good. You're going to see if you look from above, from the z-axis, see? It looks just as if it's mirrored, and it's not going to be mirrored text. All right, so now another tricky part, just so you guys know as well, there are different bodies. So you're gonna see this is a different body, this is a different body, this, and this. So you really have to do it every single little thing. In some planes, you can, I'm not going to show you guys how because it messes up with some models, but in some models, like the A320, you can actually select all of these in object mode and just merge them all into one body, and you don't have to worry about a thing. But I'm not going to teach you guys this. If you guys really want to know how to do it, find out online. But I'm not going to show this to you guys because it's, like for example, I think with the 787, it messes up in some occasions. So I don't really recommend doing that technique. It's not that time consuming regardless. All right, but now, obviously, a lot of planes have their logo. And obviously, if we just do it here, just here, it's going to look like kind of bland because it's going to be all white in here. And sometimes you want to color the rudder as well, obviously. So basically what you're going to do is, first of all, you're going to size it up the way you want. All right, this seems about good. All right, and then here we go. All right, and then again, actually, I messed up again because this is a logo, so I don't really have to worry about a thing. So I'm first of all gonna grab a good side. I'm gonna mirror it. In some planes, you don't have to mirror it because it's already mirrored by default because it shares the same parts. For example, the rudder of the 787, well, the vertical stabilizer actually, that one, it's shared, so it's automatically mirrored, so you only have to do one side, and you have to be careful there to not mirror in that case, in some occasions. But so basically, then you just do this, and you see it lags a little bit, so make sure to go slowly. There we go. I'm gonna see on the other side, it's there. Perfect. So now, again, don't move the stencil. Just leave it as is. You go object mode. You select the rudder. Texture paint. And you're going to see, oh, it's purple. So it doesn't have a base color. Nothing to worry about. You just go again, base color. You're going to see it's going to be automatically placed on the width and height. If it's not, place it on the same width and height. And press OK. There we go. And then now, you just go like this. There we go. Just this easily. And then now you can go back, object mode. There we go. All right, and so basically, this is pretty much it of what you have to do in Blender. It's really easy. It's tedious, but it's really easy. So now we're gonna have to do something else. So what I usually do, I just put this on the side. There we go. And all right, so you're gonna see this here, and now because we painted also this, which is part of the wings texture in this case, you're gonna see this is the rudder. All right, so basically, you're gonna click Image, Save As. I usually place it on a desktop, nothing to worry about. You place it on there. You just leave the name as is, Save as Image. And I think I messed up the location actually. Or sometimes I just am being dumb. Oh no, it's here. I was being blind. Alright, so then now you go to the other one. So you click this. I actually have to leave this. And you go to the other file. And here we have this stuff here. Again, image, save as, on where you want to save it, save image. There we go. So here we go. This is pretty much everything you have to do in Blender. Always make sure to save this image, keep a backup of this as well. But now basically, you don't need to go in Blender anymore. So now, obviously, we have to make sure that this works in game. How are we going to do this? Pretty easy. You can use other textures that you have downloaded or something like that and edit them out. That's how I did my first ever one. You can find sometimes also template ones. So you find here, for example, I have templates. of the latest version. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna give it to you guys because like it depends also from version to version. Maybe it might be broken in like 2 weeks, and they have a whole new template zip folder. So basically, the best thing really, you can just grab an already existing livery and just edit out of those. For example, you can do that. But so I am gonna go here, and let's just say that I downloaded this thing here. All right. So you're going to see, you're going to find all the same things that you were looking at earlier on. So basically, what you're now going to have to do, so this is actually what I need. I'm sorry. So basically now, you're going to have to go to Sim Objects, Airplanes, the plane, texture, and you're going to find all of this. So if you have a 4K one, just like this one, I usually recommend 4K all the time. So just get a 4K livery or something like that and start editing and use that as a template. So basically, I'm going to go to the fuselage because we have one of these. You open up Photoshop. You can also use GIMP. I don't know how to use GIMP. I'm not that good with Photoshop either, to be fair, but it's also possible with GIMP. I'm gonna send also in the description a tool. It's called the DDS tool. It's only for Nvidia stuff. But if you go to the Nvidia Dds Tool, I think it was, there we go. So this is something that you're gonna be wanting to export. I do not know how to do it for AMD stuff. So that's something you might have to figure out yourself. If I find something in the description below, you'll find it. But this is what you use if you have a Nvidia GPU. You can use this. It's free. You just install it, and yeah, you'll find also a link in the description below. But all right, you're gonna be presented with basically the livery. So if I would load this up right now in game, it would look all like this. Obviously, that's not what we want. So I'm gonna go to fuselage base color, and we drag it in. There we go. And there we go. All right. So it's in here. You'll see there are some minor imperfections. So like this is your time to go and do the quality control. Like usually you have a lot more details. So like really do Control Plus in this case and really start like looking at everything and quality controlling everything, seeing that everything is properly. You see here there's no, this is actually normal, but you'll see that sometimes there are some parts that are not properly painted. Use Photoshop to your advantage for this. If you have to go back to Blender, go ahead, don't worry about a thing. And then now I'm gonna, for example, this little part here, I want to get rid of it, so we're gonna go ahead. Oh, I messed up. There we go. All right, that's fixed. So once you have the DDS installed, also remember, open up, install the DDS first, then open up Photoshop. Then once you did everything that you need, you checked everything out in here, you go to File, Save As, and then you're gonna find out that it's gonna automatically place it in the right folder. So now you're gonna go here, DDS. Don't touch this. Now we're gonna look, Airframe Fuselage. There we go. We save it, and then you're gonna find this. This is the DDS tool. Don't worry about a thing, just click Save. There we go. Now we have the same with the wings. You open that up. Okay. All right. There we go. And then you go ahead, place the wings base color in here. There we go. Line it all up as it should. You're gonna see there's a little part that is not good there. So we're gonna go to rasterize and then just get rid of this. And the minor details on Blender, don't worry about a thing. You can just, like those little errors, you can just get rid of them in Photoshop or GIMP or whatever editing tool you end up using. Alright, so now you go to File, Save As, again. You can select DDS, and now you can look, this is Airframe Wings. So you have to make sure you're going to go to the wings one. There we go. Save. Yes. All right. So right now, we're not ready yet. You might think, okay, I placed everything. What is not done yet? Well, very obviously, there are a lot of steps left still, actually. So first of all, delivery textures. You're going to see they have this. Basically, what I just do, I go with my brush, I go to my eraser, and just get rid of everything that is in delivery, because it's going to basically delivery is you paint everything that you need, and then above of it you place delivery basically, but I do not know how to use that, to be honest, so just delete it. So now again, save as delivery ALBD. That was this one. Save. Yes. Save. All right. Now one more. We have to go to the Airframe Delivery as well, and you're gonna find out we have the exact same thing. Get rid of everything. Don't leave anything behind. Just leave it all like this. And then again, save as. It's already as DDS, so now you just double click this. You click yes, and save. Alright, so basically now you're ready with Photoshop and Blender. So now it's going to go more to the technical aspect of the whole getting the plane ready to go and being able to publish it as your own livery. So what you're going to have to do, you can use pretty much any coding editor. You can also use Notepad, I think. I'm not that sure. I use the Windows one, the Microsoft Edit thingy. But basically, I recommend you guys going back totally from the beginning and going to find sim objects, layout, and manifest. What is a manifest? Manifest is nothing really super important if you're going to make it for yourself. If you're going to make it to publish it online, it's kind of important, because it's basically like an extra protection for people saying, hey, it's mine, and taking your credit. So in name, we're just going to place, I'm just going to place whatever. You can place the number here, the title of the delivery name. I usually leave this blank, this as well, the creator name. I obviously place my name in here. Package version, I don't touch this, and all the rest I don't really touch. Then I go here, I just close it, and I save it. That's done. Now, a very important part, it's layout.json. Because obviously you don't want to make sure that you don't want people to be able to see that you grabbed something as a template, because it's not going to look very good. It's going to look like as if you stolen stuff and credit, and stuff like that, obviously. So basically what I do is I have this on one side, then I go to sim objects, airplanes, and then I have this template. That's not good. Template is not good. So I'm going to go here, rename, and we're going to remove template. You can basically name it anything you want, but I just leave it like that. I remove templates. And what we're going to do, I'm just going to call it, also always do it in full caps. Okay, I'm just going to go Luft. There we go. But now, here is a thing. Here you're going to find in this here, you're going to find here Neo templates. And basically what these files say is, okay, so in this, so basically is they tell the game to go look at sim objects, airplanes, so A320 Neo, and then this here. So basically, if you change that folder, it's not going to be able to find it, and it's going to give you a fully like Chrome looking livery. So basically what you're going to do here, you do Control F. This is something for Visual Studio. You look up for templates, and I just changed the template to Luft. There we go. Just this easily. And I just press enter, and I just keep on pressing enter. There we go. We're ready. That's step one of this. So now you're going to see it's SO A320 Neo Luft. There we go. But now we still have this templates. I'm going to rename, and I'm just going to call it Hansa, just to make it easy. And now again, it's gonna mess up because texture.luft is written down here. Not a problem. What I just do, Control F again. And I actually think, I've never checked this out, but I think that if you do this, if you highlight it, there we go. So we have texture.luft. Perfect. And you're gonna change this to texture periods Hansa, and make sure it's always in full caps because it's gonna, otherwise it can glitch out, and make sure that it's exactly the same as it's written here. Once you've checked that out, click enter and you just do this. There we go. Perfect. So now you're gonna be able to quality control real quick. So you're just gonna go back. So sim objects, airplanes, so A320neo Luft. All right, texture.hansa, and then you're gonna find here all this stuff. All right, so what is thumbnail.jpg? So basically, if you open it up, these are the pictures that you're gonna be able to see when you open up and you want to press, like you want to see, it's gonna be the preview of the liveries. So let me just grab a random picture. So I'm just gonna go to one of my folders that I have in here. Yes, I know it's animate. Don't worry about a thing. So you go, here we go. Let's just do this dumb thing. So I'm just gonna remove this here. Rename thumbnail. There we go. And again, I'm just gonna do it again. Rename thumbnail. Oh no, that's right. It's thumbnail underscore small. There we go. All right, so that's part one. You're still not done actually, because if you try right now, you're gonna still have messed up textures. So basically, you don't have to worry, you don't have to forget about aircraft.cfg. So if you double click this, I'm actually gonna quit out of this, so don't forget to save this here, and then we're gonna open up this. All right. So now you're gonna see this, and it's gonna look very whoa, but don't worry about too much. So basically here, we're gonna do A320neo Lufthansa. There we go. Model main panel, texture. Here we go. So here, what you're gonna have to type in, you're gonna have to remove this template, and basically in texture equal, what you're gonna have to type in is at texture dots, everything that is after dots, in here, write it again. There we go. Checklist, don't worry. References, don't worry. UI type. This is going to be the title that you're going to see in game. So we're going to do, I'm just going to go for tutorial. There we go. UI variation. I don't think this is necessary, but I always tend to like remove everything that is showing that you're using something else. Just keep it all referenced to your own stuff, obviously. And just so you know, if you guys think this is plagiarizing, it's not, because it's actually the code that everyone uses. So it's going to be the same for everyone. So if you use like livery A or template B as a template, it's not really anything bad about it, because you're still putting a lot of work into still your stuff. So don't worry about it. So thumbnail file, don't worry about this, no. Okay, ATC airline, ATC flight number. So if you want to have a specific flight number, that is always going to be there. You mention it in here. You can change the tail number. So let's just do tutorial. There we go. And then you're going to find here, and it's all good. This here, flight sim period 1, it's something totally different. So this actually is basically the AI flying. You're gonna find them. This is actually the code for this. So then again, title, I'm just gonna call it tutorial. You don't have to go too much into detail in here. Model, don't worry about this. Template, it's gonna be Hansa, all caps. There we go. and we just go here, UI type, we're just gonna call it as well A320 Lufthansa. UI variation, I'm just gonna go Lufthansa. Alright, there we go. ATC airline. We're gonna call it Lufthansa because that's the airliner name. Flight number, you can change it, and you're gonna find normally sometimes here the ICAO. So here you're gonna place the ICAO of that specific airliner or like something that you want. So I'm just gonna go Luft. There we go. I think actually that's even the real one. And then now you're done. Okay, so you press yes, you save it. There we go. And now you're done. You're actually done. So now basically what you're gonna have to do is this here. You're gonna want to go here to local disk E, well, your community folder, and just drag and drop, just like any livery. And now I'm gonna pause the thing real quick, and once you've done that, just launch up Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I'm gonna pause it real quick, and we'll see each other back once it's loaded up. Alrighty then, so Microsoft Flight Simulator is launched. So there are two techniques to check out if it worked. So usually what I do, like for the first check, you can also, if you have a controller, use it right now because it's really easy then. But if you go to controls, actually no, sorry. If you go to options, general, and no, not VR mode, developers, and you turn on developer mode, and then you apply and save, you're gonna find the dev mode toolbar. It's very, very helpful for us right now if you have a controller. Obviously, I do not know how to use it on mouse and keyboard, so I'm not going to do it myself. But basically, you go then to profile, and then my hangar. Obviously, this is not the right one. This is the one that I made not too long ago. You go to change aircraft if it's not the right one, or you go. If you have already the right one, you go to liveries. And now you're gonna look through your liveries. Here we go, tutorial. And now you're gonna find out it's loaded up, and you can see, there we go. Now you can see it's in here. You can see everything is loaded up just as it should. And that's pretty much it. You're pretty much done. If you're on developer mode, what you can do developer camera, and then you can go ahead and move around and look from close up, or you can just go ahead, go to world map and just like open up and start a flight and just look in drone camera around your location and see how, like, look into detail, look at everything, quality, assess everything, make sure that everything is good. But basically, once this is done, you're done. And then yeah, congratulations, you made your first livery, and I hope you guys did learn a little bit out of this pretty bad one, but as well explained as possible that I could, hopefully. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them in the description, in the comments below, and otherwise have a good one.